Hi, today we will look into the G major and the parallel G minor scale. Up till now I had introduced you to the 1 octave scale, if you remember. Now we will look at the 2 octave scale, the intervals up to the 15th and their harmonies. So this is how the G major scale goes here, starting on the 6th string 3rd bar, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Let's number it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 octave, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 2 octaves. Hence it's a 2 octave G major scale. Ascending, descending. Okay, so now root, major second, these are the intervals. Root, major second, major third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, major sixth, major seventh, root, major ninth, major 10th, perfect 11th, perfect 12th, major 13th, major 14th, and octave again. So which means 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is the same as 1, 9 is the same as 2, 10 is the same as 3, 11 is the same as 4, 12 is the same as 5, 13 is the same as 6, 14 is the same as 7, and 15 is the same as 8. Okay, so the difference between your simple interval and your compound intervals, simple intervals are those intervals that are found within an octave. Okay, like G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F sharp, G. Okay, so G to G, it has reached its octave here, G. So till here we have all the simple intervals. Okay, from this, when we go higher, okay, so here we call it G to A sharp. G to G sharp we call it a minor second, whereas G to this A sharp we call it a minor ninth. Okay, just like that. G to A is a major second. Now G to A is a major ninth. Okay, so you have to count the intervals just like you counted the intervals in the simple time. We have to count the intervals for the compound intervals as well. We have to count the steps for the compound intervals as well. So I'll do this 2 for you. Okay, G to G sharp is a half step, so it's a minor second. Now G to this G sharp is a 6.5 steps, so it's a minor ninth. Now G to A is a whole step, it's a major second. Now G to A here is 7 whole steps, so it's a major ninth. Now G to A sharp, it's 1.5 steps, so it's a minor third. Now G to A sharp, okay, that's 7.5 steps. Okay, so we call it minor 10th. Okay, now G to B, it's a 2 whole steps, so we call it major third. Now G to B, that's 8 whole step, that's a major 10th. Okay, so G to C, perfect fourth, it has 2.5 steps. So now G to this C, so that's a 8.5 steps, we call it perfect 11th. Okay, so you can figure out the rest. Okay, I'll be writing it down for you and sharing it with you, so to make it more easier for you. So remember the difference between the compound and the simple intervals. Okay, the simple intervals are found within an octave, compound intervals are found beyond the octave. Okay, whereas you know that minor ninth and minor second is the same thing, major ninth and major second is the same thing. Okay, major 10th, whereas major 10th and sorry, major and major third, okay, is the same thing. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3. So okay, so you experiment with this. I'll give you in writing, which will help you. And now so no need to worry about the word compound now anymore. Okay, so let's look at the minor scale now. So minor scale from the major scale, if you compare it, it's a flat third, flat 6 and flat 7, so you get a minor scale. Okay, so G minor scale would be like this. You go G, A, B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G. Okay, root, major second, minor third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, minor sixth, minor seventh, perfect octave, major ninth, minor 10th, perfect 11th, perfect 12th, minor 13th, minor 14th, then we have a perfect octave. So now this is for you as an exercise. Okay, match the simple and compound intervals in the minor scale using the same techniques we did for the major. Okay, and write down the compound interval of the minor scale. Okay, so the harmony for the G minor will go like this: G minor scale, starting with G, the root G minor, then we have a half terminist as the second chord, then so G minor, then half terminist, we have a B flat major, then we have a C minor, we have a E flat major, okay, they have a F major, a G minor. Okay, so once more, the major, let's do the major and minor together to make things a little clearer. The major is G, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, F sharp half diminished, and then G major. Now the minor is G minor, A half diminished, B flat major, C major, sorry, that would be C minor, okay, then D minor, then E flat major, then F major, then G minor. Okay, so go back to the tune. Now go back to the video. I've played a small tune for you. So the melody itself is not very important, but the chord that is backing the melody is very important if you want to study parallel harmony. Okay, so that is a small composition by me. The place where I stay, the place has a lot of tombs. Okay, so I was just looking at those tombs, like so this is how I try to kind of sketch it, mixing the minor and major harmony and coming up with a little melancholic melody. Let's see, I hope it works. Okay, and before leaving, so I would like to tell you one thing. Learning to play the guitar, it's not rocket science. It needs a bit of focus and some practice. Okay, you have to have some practice habits. You have to develop some habits for a certain period of time. Okay, so that's what it takes to play the guitar. Okay, however, mastering the instrument, okay, is a lifelong process. Okay, so get that, think of it. Okay, good luck.